matchup with current world number 2, Gabriel Medina with Rosy Hodge.
Gabriel Medina, your 10th head-to-head matchup with John. You've had his number 6-4. What did that heat feel like with a two-time world champ?
Yeah, I knew that was going to be a stressful one because it's always a fun battle, you know, because we get a lot of waves and a lot of high scores, and yeah, I love to compete against all the best, you know, so he was one of them, and stoked to win that one. And yeah, for a second I thought our heel was gonna be like non-stop waves, and then after I got my 2 high scores, it kind of stopped. I was just praying, thanks God, you know, I don't need more waves, I got 2 high scores. And yeah, now I'm thinking about the semis. Yeah, it'll be a good one. Griff and Michelle serves amazing in this wave, and yeah, just hopefully the waves keep like this, you know, because that last heat was really fun because we got a lot of waves in the beginning of the heat, and yeah, that was so fun.
And the way that the heat draws worked out, obviously Italo's had to surf first and then you have to follow. What's that been like, watching his progression through the event?
I've been not watching him surfing. I've been just focused on myself, just putting some music to listen and just warm it up really. And that's what I say, like I want to be in the final. That's what I want to get, and yeah, I just want to keep my focus in the final. Yeah.
How will you prepare for the semis?
Just like I've been doing, listen to some musics, and yeah, just stay connected, you know, just stay connected with God and the rhythm, and yeah, that's gonna be it.
All the best in the semis, Gabriel.
Amazing performances like the ones we've seen this year. Kelly Slater, without priority, having a look underneath.
Yeah, eyeing something off on the back door here. This way, bowling up quite nicely. Slater locked in, the wave spits. And he doesn't come through this one, but has that knack for finding those magic insiders, and wasn't too far behind. Italo now gets an opportunity. A cupped out pipe wave, and he gets spat out. A low road exit straight on the rail, and an opportunity to attack the lip here as well. Just having some fun on the end section. So that little exchange will work out quite nicely for the Brazilian.
Beautifully. He was deep there. There was that moment in time where I went, is he coming out? Because it looked like he had it, you know, it pretty much had it in the bag. But then there's that moment as we see that beautiful empty one as both our competitors make their way out the back. That one just bowled through. So consistency in the swell, rights and lefts on offer. Really even, fair playing field on offer here today. This morning wasn't quite that way. It's pretty inconsistent this morning, but now it's really turned on. And that wind adding an element of challenge for everybody.
Replay of Kelly's right here. Drives up into it. And you can see that that foam ball was just a little too long to project over. Italo, on the other hand, going toward pipe. Nice barrel ride and a couple of extras on the inside.
It looked like on the bottom turn, as we see this angle, this is what I want to see. See this bottom turn there, kind of drives into it. You think he's too deep. This is going to be a great score because he was right there on the foam ball, as critical as you could possibly be. He could not have ridden that wave anymore or got any more points out of that wave. You see that the time he took before he got that little bottom turn just there, and then there was a pump. That was a fine line between make or no make. And in this moment of absolute glory, it's all on the line here for this young Brazilian. His dreams are on the line, but he managed that pressure perfectly. Great start for Italo.
Full-blown wide out inside that barrel too. There would have been a moment there where Italo was just running on pure feel and his knowledge of what's unfolding inside that barrel on point. He found that exit quite nicely, and we're waiting on the numbers to come through. But Pete, as we wait for those numbers to come through, a missed opportunity for Kelly.
In a huge way, Ronnie. I mean, he went right on a wave that didn't look like it was going to have great opportunity to it. You saw it shut down pretty quickly. You always never know with Kelly, but as soon as he was caught inside and realized and watched that wave go unridden, that bigger one, he knew that was a huge mistake. Matter of fact, I think he even gave himself a good little crack to the head, and he's on his way back out now. But so ultimately, this is where he's got that test of that stress of being able to figure out a way to keep himself in that happy place and compete from that happy place and not get frustrated.
Numbers coming through for Italo now, Pete, 8.6.
Oh, what a start.
And Kelly Slater's going to be up against it here, chasing an 8.41. We've seen him turn around solid leads before. That heat with Jack Freestone, it was a masterful display of competitive strategy.
And the management of time, and it needed a small amount of good luck to go your way as well, and it went his way. But you've got to put yourself in those positions to have that opportunity.
Italo lining up an insider. This is without priority. Ducks under it and still gunning. And the wave pinches, but Italo manages to stay on his feet and find the exit. And that could well and truly say goodbye to that 4.83 and improve his position here.
Yeah, it wasn't a big set wave, but the tube ride he made of it was critical, and the exit had some drama, and it definitely is something that can improve.
Of 2019 starts with Italo Ferreira looking at backdoor. Ferreira still moving into safety on the inside corner.
Wow.
That is a stoking crew right there for Billabong. Italo getting the first wave off Medina. That is the hardest thing to do against the two-time world champion.
Yeah, Italo just did a Medina on Medina, and that's kind of what you got to do.
He's going to take a look, and Italo's going to take it from him.
Ferreira up again under Medina's watch. It's a pipeline. He'll get puffed out. 2 consecutive completions with a big full road to finish.
Are they stoked right now?
Absolutely fired up is the Billabong crew. Ferreira 7.83 start, already with another solid number before Medina's even had a chance to get into this heat. 35 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm not worried just yet for Gabriel though. I mean, 35 minutes to go. That is a long time to try and hold this freakish talent of Gabriel Medina at bay. Here he goes, Joe.
Locks in, hollow section, critical takeoff. He's got to drive, and he makes it. Just like you mentioned, Potts. Medina, a tactician with strategy, with where he puts himself in the lineup, but also understands how to barrel ride. Always has been a strength, even when he was a rookie on tour, right in this heat.
Kind of got to give the crowd factor to Italo. I think the crowd are cheering a little louder for Italo's waves than Gabriel's, but that may change as this heat continues because Gabriel's going to keep swinging. That was a beautiful tube ride there from Gabriel Medina. That's going to get him right back in the mix. It could even be the best wave of the heat. Let's have a look as he decides. Again, nerves of steel. The Iceman, but Italo Ferreira, beautiful tube ride. A quick little in and out there for him. Puts a little cherry on the top with this beautiful air reverse, but I'm not sure whether this is actually going to add too many points to that wave. Is it better than his 7.83? It's kind of right around in that ballpark. It's just a quick little in and out tube ride. Kind of needed the air to kind of push it into that 5, maybe 6 point range as he kicks out of that. Gabriel Medina, as I said, just the Iceman, nerves of steel to let that one go. Beautiful bottom turn, slots beautifully in the tube, and you see it wasn't deep, it wasn't very long, so that is going to hurt the score just a little bit, Joe, but there it is.
Italo Ferreira 6.17. So needed every bit of this frontside punt, but that's Medina being so strong with selection. Able to let this wave go by. Incredible air in the flats. You're almost becoming numb to moves like that because Italo can pull them on demand. This was Medina's answer.
Yeah, late drop, just sliding into it. Kind of a double section.
Rolling in now is Italo, deep at pipeline, big section. Italo packs it. Is there room on the inside? We saw him for a moment, but something took Italo down. Now it's Medina's turn to swing. Stalling, grabbing the wall with the double arm bar. He'll get the exit, hop right out, and a good position to regain first priority with 30 minutes to go. Medina right back into things with his 7.77. 21.50. Medina starting to move his mark here. Only needs a 6.24.
Only. That's a difficult score, but when your name's Gabriel Medina, maybe not.
All set up work to start. Medina, big drive, has to straighten out.
That wasn't good right there.
Maybe his worst wipeout of the event so far.
That I think bottomed out badly. I mean, looks like he's okay. He's up, but you don't want to take those donuts. That's the kind of stuff that'll deplete your energy levels. He paddled right off the peak as well. I mean, super deep. So he obviously saw something, but then once that wave hit the ledge, it really straightened up. A misuse of priority there for Gabriel Medina. You can see him looking at it. Should I pull in? Nah, maybe not. And then as he backs out of it, that thing comes down right on top of him. That's a very awkward place to fall down right there, and Gabriel's lucky to be okay.
There's final. Rolling in deep. Italo once more a pipeline. What an approach from the current world number one. Swinging for the fences on that effort.
Yeah, that was super deep. You know, he kind of had to go though, didn't he?
Medina on the next one, slams on the brakes. He'll get the exit right in front of Italo. He'll get applauded by Charlie for that effort.
It is online, and I did get the answer as we watch this wave here from Italo. Another little quick one in and out. But who is getting it online? 52% for Italo Ferreira over Gabriel Medina. I mean, it's very even, and I'd like to actually know, Strider, you're probably the best man to ask about how the cheers of the crowd. Who's getting the biggest roar?
Man, you know what? It's been kind of 50-50. I think Italo might have the edge.
Rashi, and he's never gone this far. He's never worn yellow in the final stop. Here he goes again. Starting to drive nice and early. Italo still traveling. Wanted that lip section to ramp him up. Will he get an opportunity here? Big full rotation.
Wow, Italo Ferreira, you absolute freak. That's what they wanted. That's what the crowd wanted to see. Underneath the priority of Gabriel Medina. Medina, again, just the Iceman when it comes to letting waves go. Is that a mistake from Gabriel Medina? Should he have gone there? Is that a 6.24 in a little bit of a
again? Starting to drive nice and early. Italo still traveling. Lock again for Italo, increasing his lead. Medina's got to make a move. Big drive deep in the barrel at Pipe. And another wipeout for the two-time world champ. Italo now with a 7.73 to back up the 7.83.
Yeah. So Gabriel Medina's made more mistakes in this one heat than he has this entire event. Taking off on that closeout.
Longtime rival of Florence got past him in the quarters. Deep on this one at Pipe is Medina trying to sneak out the low road. And he'll get caught again. Yeah, and again, he hasn't fallen really that much through this entire event. There's a couple of back-to-back wipeouts for Medina. I think that wipeout that he took on that big wave, he kind of hasn't had the same amount of energy really in my eyes.
It was an interesting look to him, but he's still swinging for the fences. But you could tell there was a bit of emotional moment happening for him as he's out here.
Strider going under a wave to get buried there on the call, but yeah, interesting take there. Medina having the emotion sink in. And when you look at the clock, 3:20 is a long time for a pipe master like Medina and a two-time world champ.
And Joe, let's face it, it's only a 7.8. And it is Gabriel Medina we're talking about.
The whole beach chanting in the countdown. And the whole crew on the beach. Absolutely stoked. Italo Ferreira, your 2019 Billabong Pipe Master and your World Surf League World Champion.
Wow. Unbelievable stuff, Joe.
Coming down to a final for the first time since 2003. Having number 1 and 2 in the world going head-to-head, and now all that hard work, all that dedication, he can finally let it all out.
Wow.
national champion. One of the best ever at pipe on the chair, and Jamie O'Brien. There's wipeouts in the water and on the beach sometimes, and there's a lot to celebrate. Italo on
A definite deserved world champion, you know, you super cool kid, fantastic talent. He's going to be a good world champion, that is for sure. Sounds like the people's champion too, by the way. Oh yeah, I can't remember if I did that.
I imagine you did.
Maybe I did.
I wouldn't put it past you. Italo is finishing his dream in his 5th season on tour. Italo's with Rosy Hodge.
Just enjoying this moment, Italo. You gotta let him soak it in. This is a huge moment in Italo's career. I'm gonna take him. Has to hug his girlfriend Mariana. Can feel the emotion, Joe. Such a special moment.
Unbelievable.
Well fought. I'm gonna grab Italo.
Abre essa porra, Marquinhos! É tua, moleque! Essa miséria é nossa! Essa miséria é nossa! Muito boné!
É esse.
An epic 2019 Games Superpower Circuit. Congratulations to all of the competitors, especially the world champion and Italo Ferreira. Rosy Hodge, Matthew Carey, and all of our crew here at the video center. So stick around for award
Chupa, Medina! Você merece chupa.
Italo Ferreira just taking it all in, emotions pouring from his eyes as he is the world champion in 2019. For all of our Fox viewers, if you'd like to continue watching the celebration,